What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video during episode. Yo. Yesterday was my fucking birthday. That was so cool. Honestly, that was the greatest birthday I've ever had. That was crazy. Yeah, let's go into it. So, first of all, I do have to say my usual birthdays, they've been kind of not the best, I would say. Well, it was usually just, I was alone for most of the day, would go to the gym, and then, like for the last few years, when my mom came home from work, we'd like hang out, and my brother would come as well. That's low key. But so it's been kind of lonely usually, you know what I mean? But now, yesterday, bro, honestly, so crazy. You have to imagine, all right? First of all, I woke up, then I went to town, did some ran some errands, and while I was doing that, I was listening to an hour long voice message a friend sent me, and replied to it with an hour long voice message myself. So I was running errands for like 2 hours. Then also a friend called me. We talked for like 20 minutes. That was really sweet. And once I got home, I went to the gym right away. That was pretty good. Had a really good session. Like honestly, I felt massive after that shit. Did back and biceps. You know what I mean? And anyways, came back home, ate. Oh my god, I made burritos like 2 days ago. I have made them. I've never made them before, and they're the best thing I've ever made. How is that possible? Literally, there's a few different things I've cooked, and there's one thing that is like confidently says like the best thing I make. And then I make burritos, and they were the best. They are like above all of what I've ever made. So that's kind of crazy. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Pretty cool. And then I ate, went to class, but I was like half an hour late because like, first of all, who fucking cares? I will arrive when I want to arrive, not fucking, you know what I mean? Anyways, and then I sit down and the teacher's like, "Oh, you're late." And then the girl next to me, she goes, "Oh yeah, it's his birthday." I'm like, what the like, why? You know what I mean? But she's like, "Oh, so now you think you can skip class, come late when it's your birthday?" And I'm like, "No, that's not the reason. Like, the reason why I'm late is because I want to be late. It doesn't matter what day it is. I'm arriving when I have time, period. Like, I don't learn enough in class for it to be more important than my food or my well-being, right? So, nonsense. Anyways, class, back home, took a shower, and then had a 40-minute long conversation with my mom, which is honestly something that I haven't had in a long time, I think. Like, even when we lived together, we'd rarely speak for 40 minutes. That was good. That was good. So, and also because that was honestly the first time that, and maybe like the first time forever, but it genuinely felt like I was talking to another adult. Because usually, especially like parents and shit, well, it's always like whatever I say is like gets disregarded really easily just because I am 18 or 19 or 16, and it's like my opinion isn't even heard, and you know what I mean? Whereas this conversation actually felt like, just for example, we're talking about my brother, and I was given like actual advice, as I always try to do. But this time it wasn't like, "Oh, you're 18, what do you know?" But it was like, okay, I don't know, it felt different. Maybe because I live in a different country now, study abroad, have been through some shit. I don't know. But, or maybe when I turned 20, something clicked in her brain. I don't know, okay? I don't know how she works. But it was really good to have that conversation. You gotta look at the bright side of it. And then also my trainer from Germany, because I used to have a private trainer, right? He also called me. We had like a 20-minute conversation. It was really sweet also talking to him. Yeah, it was also really nice. He was on the boat when he called, like at his boat when he called me, and I was, just chilling. And then a friend came, and we had like a couple of vodka shots. Um, Now I do have to say, let me actually. Oh boy, look, I don't have shot glass. I only have these normal glasses, and we had like, look at this. This much. Where are my fingers? This much, right? We had that much 3 times. And so it's like a double shot, you know what I mean? Because like a normal shot is not that big. But he's also Russian, so it was all good. And yeah. And we talked a bunch, obviously. Oh my God, I have to get up for this shit. Because I asked him, he asked me, what do you want? I'm like, bro, I want a perfume. I've never had one before. Give me one. Oh, then we went perfume shopping. Bleu de Chanel. And oh my God. Damn that shit. Wait. I want to fucking. Oh, this is fucking shirtless, but. Hey. Oh, first of all, the fucking packaging is so cool. Okay, the fucking packaging is so cool. And then. They invested in it. And they did a good job. And the best thing, this shit is magnetic. You know what I mean? So cool. Oh my God, that's actually so cool. Oh shit, where is that? And so, and it like, it's a good one. You know what I mean? And then we went into town, right? I had a reservation booked for 8, a table. At this, like, from the looks of it, the restaurant looked really fancy, and it was really fancy. I do have to say myself. I must because of the Anyways, went into town. We met my aunt. Whoo! She gave me gifts as well. She gave me, first of all, Lindt chocolate, really fancy. I love Lindt. It's a really good one. Negro. It's dark chocolate. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Dark chocolate is healthier. Oh, but it's not that dark, but it's like, dark chocolate. It's good. It's good. And she gave me this other thing. Oh yeah, she gave me fucking also a perfume. Armani. I did not know she was getting me that. Stronger with you intensely. Emporio. Armani. Eau de parfum pour homme. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Again, I've never had perfume in my life. I need to try it. I'm not a fan of strong scents. That's why I also asked him to get me this one, because when we went, we tried many different ones. Like, bro, I'm fucked. I use AI, right? I have no knowledge about fucking perfumes. So I was like, yo, here is my, like, I had a fucking, I didn't ask him to make a fucking decision for me, but I simply used it like a tool, like a research tool, bro. I was like, yo, I don't like really strong perfumes. I live in Gibraltar, summer, it's always, especially now it's summertime. I want to wear like a perfume. I might do an internship, like in the corporate sector, office job, uni student. Told him all these things. And he's like, okay, based on what you said, here's a good list of items. I look at them and I speak a bit back and forth with him, because obviously, you gotta refine that shit. And then he came up with like top 5. We tried the 4 of them, the top one. He was like, this is the best fit for you. They don't have it in Gibraltar, like what? So it is what it is. Yeah, but we had this, and this one was my favorite, because also I was smart about it, you know. I didn't just take the sniff test and was like, oh yeah, this one. No, did the sniff test and was like, okay, based on that, I like these two the most. And I played them on separate wrists and was like, okay, now let's go to cafe. Then we went and studied. And then after a few hours, I was like smelling how it smells again, right? Because that's also important. And then I was like, oh yeah, I like this one. And then he bought me this one. Cool shit. Instantly wore it that night. It was so good. But it's kind of funny that my aunt got me perfume as well. Again, gonna have to try that one. and she she met Bogdan, my friend, for the first time, right? And he's also Russian. And she gave him very sweet Grecian Ukasho, buckwheat, I think it's called, right? Yeah, because I asked her, where do you buy it? Because my Russian friend asked me, and she's like, oh, I buy it in Madrid or Puerto Banús, like in Spain somewhere. So, and you gotta get there by car. So, Malaga, she bought it in Malaga, right? So, you know what I mean? She was like, take one for your friend and one for yourself, which was really sweet. Anyways, she also gave me a card, and very funny. She was like, the first card, the kids tried writing something on it, but they wrote such shit that I threw it away. Like, no, it would have been so much more fun if I had that card, to be honest. That's a little bit of a shame, you know, because it would have been really personal. I don't know, it would have been sweet. But now it says, you know, in Russian, happy birthday from, and then my uncle, aunt, and my two cousins' names, right? But it's really, like when she said that, I had to laugh so bad for like a good minute because because the kids wrote such shit, you threw the fucking card away. That's crazy. Yeah. Then we went to the restaurant, or then we met up with one more friend who she gifted me this watch. Actually, I'm gonna check out because I lost mine like a while ago. I think in February. That was a shame. That was a good watch. That was such a good watch. But she got me this one, Redmi Watch 2 5 Lite, as well as. Now this is, wow. Honestly, damn, with a handmade picture in the poem. Now this is fucking crazy. First of all, the picture. I'm a fucking dragon. Yeah, I'm a dragon because. I don't know. We used to have a bunch of random conversations, and I remember like she asked once, "What mythical creature would you want to be?" And I'm like, a dragon, because you're noble and cool, and they're the fucking rulers of the world and shit. And and I'm like, bro, I look like a fucking emperor. You know what I mean? So. Damn. That's kind of crazy. Anyways, so fucking dragon, and also she's into astrology. Yeah, like star signs, and I'm like a fire sign, so also dragon. You know what I mean? I don't know. And then the poem. Honestly, I'm not quite sure what it fully means. Like when I read that, like when she told me there was a poem inside, because it was like, you know, you gotta like open this, and I looked at the backside and I don't see no poem. I'm like, where's the poem? She's like, on the inside. And I go, what? Oh, you know. And then I tried reading it because I was already like essentially 6 vodka shots deep, and I fucking read that shit. I'm like, what the fuck am I? Like I was like, ash. Okay, I know what ash is. Fell. Like what am I even reading? So because the entire thing is. Right, there's a trash can, but it's really loud, at least in my opinion. But the entire thing is ash fell like snow from the dragon's wings. Its old self lost in the fire it brings. Bones turned to embers. The breath anew. From ruin it rises, reborn and true. Now I don't know what the fuck this means. I'm gonna be real. So if you guys have any suggestions, like let me know. Happy birthday, Nikita. I hope this year brings you many blessings. Type shit. I really don't know what it means. Like I've got maybe like a hunch, but Wait, something's weird. Why is it this? Wait, where's the orange cat lighter? Oh, sorry, I've got like 4 different colored candles and like cat lighters. Also so fucking random. I just bought that one day, like just because. Um, but yeah, there's one missing if you saw. Yeah, anyways. So this I really appreciate, especially to drawing, bro. That's really cool. Might make that as my phone background. Maybe. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Because this is really cool. But also my current phone background makes me want to fucking grind. Because it's just me, shirtless, and like flexing. And it's like a really good picture. So, that's really sweet. Yeah, maybe I'll change between, who knows. Anyways. And then another friend got me, food type shit. Because I said I want food or money. Because that's really only what I need. Oh, it's kind of cool actually. The fact that she gave me this watch is really cool. Also, then I came back home at like 1 a.m. and I was fucked up obviously. But I still managed to set up the watch so that I could track my sleep like some fucking maniac. Like genuinely, I'm crazy. I saw it as a sign when I lost the watch. Like I'm gonna be so for real. Oh shit. Son. I'm gonna be so for real. I saw it as a sign when I lost the watch because the way I obsessed over it, oh, my heartbeat and my sleep was tracked like crazy. And then I lost it, and obviously, like within a month of me losing it, I started sleeping terrible because of stress, eating terrible because of stress. So we'll see actually how well, we'll see. So yeah, that's in terms of gifts. Oh my god, and now we come to the most important thing, the fucking dinner. Okay, that was the best, like genuinely, whew. Look, I felt like my day was already pretty good, like by the fact that at 11 p.m. the night before on the 7th of April, my brother texted me happy birthday, and I'm like, thanks. Where are you that it's already 12 for you? And he's like, oh shit, my PC is just wrong time zone. And then we hopped on a call, played a bit of TFT, Teamfight Tactics. It's like a strategy game. It's really cool. It's also kind of a lot luck based, but still strategy. Played for like 2 hours, talked not a lot, but a little bit. So, but that was cool, that was really sweet. That was unexpected. And then, yeah, and then I woke up in the morning, did all this shit. Oh my god, and the dinner. Oh my god, the dinner was so fucking good. So, me and my Russian friend, we already come with 6 vodka shots deep, right? So you already know it's about to be crazy. Eh, yeah, so, oh my god, we sit down. Oh my god, I literally, we go to the restaurant and I look, like we go inside. 4 of us, because a 5th friend was coming a bit later, like 5-10 minutes later. But it was raining, so we already went inside. Like, yo, reservation for Nikita. They bring us to this table. Oh, fancy as hell, right? And I don't know, we sit down. They give us the menus, but like me and my friend, bro, again, we've drank it already. We're like, I genuinely read the menu. And again, same thing as with the poem. I read the words and I know what the words mean, but it's like I lose focus instantly. Like I genuinely finish this one paragraph of one food description, go to the second one, and I already forget the first one. So I put that down and just started talking with my friends till like the 5th one came, right? Then I ordered 2 bottles of sparkling and still water, right? And we ordered starters. Now I didn't expect, like I was like, guys, get whatever, like I'll pay, it's my birthday. And then the American friend, one of the American friends was like, but it's your birthday, why would you pay? Like, aren't we splitting? And I'm like, no, I invited you, guy. Like, don't be ridiculous, I'm Russian, come on. I invited you, I pay, period. And then the second American friend came, right, like separated a bit later. And she asked the exact same question. So are we guys splitting? I'm like, guys, I'm Russian. I invited, I will pay, period. And they're like, okay, okay. And then pretty much everyone ordered starters. Just my Russian friend didn't. He didn't want to, because he ate before that. Like what? Why would you? Anyways, um, yeah. So all of us sat down, ordered starters. We talked a bunch, right? And then I explained like, okay, since this is my a Russian's birthday, all of you are gonna drink a vodka shot. Period. Like as a basis. Anything else you wanna get, you can get. In terms of food, in terms of drinks, get whatever. So two people did take me up on that offer, I guess. One ordered she ordered herself a beer. Both Americans. One ordered a beer for herself, and the other ordered some kind of crazy drink where like it was red and it had like on the glass there was a bunch of red stuff and you're supposed to like lick it and then drink it. But when I tried, because later also I was like to the waiter, I made a plan with my Russian friend that just came to my mind randomly, and I asked him if he thinks it's a good idea. And I didn't tell the others because it was supposed to be a surprise, which is like, I went to the waiter, was like, can you give us 5 cocktails? Whichever you want, just give us 5 random ones. And like, 5 mystery cocktails essentially. He's like, sure. And then the same drink that the friend ordered came again and went, and then all of us passed the 5 drinks around, tried, and then everyone took whatever they liked the most. Or at least the girls, because me and my Russian friend, right? The 2 guys at the table, we just got whatever. Because one, I didn't really care. I wanted my friends to have a good time. I don't mind, I don't mind drinking something I don't necessarily like. I don't care. But so, and yeah, and I grabbed the entire cup to taste it, and then my entire hand was red. And I'm like, fuck. But yeah, that was kind of fun. Yeah, we talked a bunch. We talked a bunch, and then at one point the food arrived. Honestly, I was a little bit surprised because my Russian friend ate right away instead of waiting for everyone's food to arrive. That was interesting. That was unexpected. I thought maybe it's a German thing, but I thought it was also a Russian thing that you wait for everyone's food to arrive and then you eat. But it's not a big thing. Like, it was just an observation. Yeah, but so that happened, and food arrived. They persuaded me to get the most expensive item on the menu, which was lobster. It was like 33 pounds. Because I was looking at him like, I've never had lobster. Damn, why are my eyelashes going crazy right now? What the fuck? I'm sorry. What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, anyways. Then I ordered lobster, right? And okay, usually, I don't know, I didn't know before also, but lobster comes like with its shell, right? And you're supposed to usually take the meat out yourself, and it's like the difficult part, you know what I mean? But because it was also like an Indian restaurant, a friend ordered butter chicken, very basic. Another friend ordered something vegetarian. I don't know what we all ordered, okay? I remember samosa, meat and vegetarian samosa. Then something else, 8 pieces, like some starters, right? And then the main dishes, I also don't remember what they got, honestly, but everything looked really good. And it smelled very good, and it tasted very good. Like, one of the American countries have tofu. She's like, come on, try it. And I tried it, and I was like, oh, there's a reason I've never tried tofu after eating it once and trying it again. Like, because my mom used to eat tofu, or probably still does. And she's like, try constantly, no rest. So at one point I was like, fine. ate that shit, never ate it again. And now same here. My friend was like, "Hey, eat, try it, try it, try it." I was like, "I have tried it, I don't like it." She's like, "Try it again. It's been a while." And I'm like, "Fuck, fine, never again." Like tofu, no, no. Yeah, and then she took also quite a bit of my lobster, which I don't mind. I don't mind sharing at all. Um, it's just very good. It's very good. Also, I like the fact that she took a lot of my lobster because it shows, like taking someone else's food is quite a good level of relationship. You know what I mean? Like from a base level friend, I would never take their food. You know what I mean? But like from a good friend, I won't mind taking food as a joke, and like casually, like that's good. You know what I mean? It's good. We're good friends. Yeah, it's such a shame she's gonna move soon, like really soon. She's gonna move to Spain first, hopefully, till June, like from May to end of June, and then towards the end of June, start of July, she's going back to the States, which is really sad. Really fucking sad. Um, yeah. But anyways, and then everyone had their main dishes, then the cocktails arrived. That was really funny. And so many people didn't finish their dishes, honestly. It's crazy. Because, well, maybe I guess because the starters were enough for them. Maybe they don't eat a lot, I don't know. But basically everything that was left over we took as takeaway, right? Um, a Russian friend took his food home, and the two Americans then split the rest because the Indian friend and me, we were kind of like, nah, we're good. Like, because it was all the vegetarian food or just, I don't know. It don't, I like my lobster, you know what I mean? And butter chicken is one thing that I would have also like maybe taken home, but none of what the girls got is something I would, take home with me. But anyways, that's what happened. And then, bro, at one point, okay, I was like, I think I'm gonna ask the waiter how much like our current total is, and depending on that, I'll see if I buy another round of shots because I low key want to. But also, I've got like 400 pounds on my bank account, and I don't want to go over that, obviously. So I went to him. He shows me like 320 pounds, which I'm like, the amount of things we've ordered, low key, I thought worse. Like genuinely, I went in with expectation. Well, I did a bit of maths beforehand, and I was like, okay, if people get this and this, should be like between this and this price range. And everyone I showed that to was like, there's no way 4 or 5 people are out of 5 people are gonna get starters, bro. Four out of 5 people did get starters. So, and my math was good. But the fact that I ordered instead of just one drink for everyone, I think I ordered 2 vodka shots plus a cocktail round plus the 2 drinks that the girls separately bought. It was a lot more than I. It was like food wise and like everything that I'd calculated was correct. I just didn't expect to order 3 rounds instead of one. And if you add those 2 additional rounds up, it makes sense that the price is that much higher. Yeah, which it is what it is. And then, oh my god! And as I went up to the waiter, first of all, I gave him a 20 euro tip. I don't know why I did that, but I did. And and then there was a woman sitting right next to the guy, and I'm like, because she had her laptop open, I'm like, "Are you working?" Because it's like 10 p.m. She's like, "Yes, I'm working." I'm like, "Damn, impressive. Wait, are you working here?" She's like, "Yeah, I work here." I'm like, "What do you do?" And blah, blah. I get into a conversation with her. She's like, I don't know. I thought first she's like 30, but she's like 20 years ago I moved to this country, and I'm like, okay, so she's at least 40, maybe older. I don't know. I honestly don't know how old she is, but talk to her. She's like, I'm the manager here. I've worked here for over a decade. And I'm like, oh, wow, really interesting. And I started being like, yo, I want to be a manager. Like, you've had a decade of experience. Can you tell me like a few things that you've learned? Maybe as some things that are really good to know as a manager. And she talked, said some good things, like nothing groundbreaking for me, but essentially she said things like, oh, focus on the people, listen to them, actually show that you care for them, and all these things. Like, be human, right? As a boss, be human. As simple as that, honestly. Treat others how you want to be treated. Loki, that saying that I've heard in childhood, it's genuinely the best. Honestly, it is the best. Like, bro, treat others nicely, right? And we talked a bunch, like for half an hour. At one point, my friends were like, "Yo, Nikita," and I'm like, "I'm talking," like, you know what I mean? Because yeah. So I talked to her for like half an hour, not just about that. And then at one point, we were also, that was really cool. I don't even know how we got there, but we were talking about other things, like, oh, we were talking a bit. I was like, yeah, well, I've been working on myself for a couple of years, and I find it kind of crazy. Like 2, 3 years ago, I don't think I could have even had this conversation with you. And that's so sad with our generation. Like, if you look at it, so many people, their social skills sucks, right? Their work ethic sucks. Everything, their discipline sucks. So it's like really beautiful that I did that and I'm able to even have this conversation with you. I said to her, right? And and then she's like, yeah, that's honestly really like the mindset you have at your age. You're like, what, 21, you said? I'm like, no, I'm 20. She's like, yeah, that's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like at your age. And I'm like, yeah. And blah, blah. We talked a bit longer. And then at one point also, we're like, I remember the good old times. I was like, I don't know about you, but like, I remember the times you know, when you would just go over to your friend's house without a phone and you just appear and just hang out. Whereas now we have phones and it seems like everyone's too busy. You can't make fucking plans with people. Whereas back then you didn't have no communication other than in person, and people were able to have much better plans. And I'm like, that's so sad. Also, in addition to the social skills. And she's like, yeah. I also remember that. And back when you had to go home when the street lights turned on, you know what I mean? That was some good times. I remember those. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy if I think about it. I'm 20. I've lived some parts of my childhood where like I was born in a different generation, like the streetlight thing. So many people my age don't even didn't ever do that. Or talking in person, making plans in person instead of phone. Didn't do that. And I'm like, what? Guys, how? It was a good part of childhood, bro. To just appear at a friend's house, you know what I mean? Anyways, so I talked to the manager, and at one point I was like, all right, because also the reason why I got up and went to the waiter is because I wanted to go to the bathroom. But then I ended up talking to her for half an hour, and then at one point I was like, okay, it was honestly really beautiful talking to you. And I was like, do you mind if I follow you on LinkedIn? Because Gibraltar is small, it's good. And she's like, yeah, I don't mind. But then we couldn't find she couldn't find herself on my phone. So I was like, can I just put myself in your phone? Um, which she did. And then she followed me and it didn't appear. But I was like, you know what? That doesn't matter. Because what matters is the fact that we had a beautiful human conversation. Who cares about LinkedIn? Who cares about some online connection, social media connection? What matters is the fact that we had a real connection. Even if we don't speak again in the future, because we might never see each other again. But still, that's the important part. So, yeah, it was really good, honestly. And then I went to go to the bathroom, came back, and then my friends were like, so did you get yourself a job or a date? And I like sit down and I drink my water and I low-key almost like, spit it out. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, I'm like, not a job. And also definitely not a fucking date. She's like twice my age. She's probably like, there was a 25-year-old. And I was like, probably twice your age. Like, at this point, I don't even know because I thought she's 30, but she spoke as if she's like at least 40. She's probably like 40, so twice my age. They're like, so what? I'm like, right, you're right, for the memes. But like, no, fuck that, bro. It's so annoying. Like the fact that you can't talk to the opposite gender these days without people like saying shit. Like, okay, yeah, obviously that was a fucking joke and they were drunk, but like, bro, in general, like so many, like, whenever I go up and talk to strangers, bro, it's such a beautiful thing to talk to strangers, bro. Like, how, like, why? Why? You know what I mean? Just let me talk to strangers, bro. Make a new connection. And that's it. Why you gotta make it about fucking. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but. And then before we left, because all the food was already packed up, they were just waiting for me to finish my conversation. I was like, okay, let's order another round of shots. Or I was like, okay, what do you guys want to do? Like, do you want to order another round of shots? They're like, not really. Look, well, some of them were like, not really, because they were already low-key fucked, because girls, right? But they get drunk easily. But then they were like arguing about it between themselves, right? And I, and then they were like, okay, well, it's your birthday, you know, you're the birthday boy. And then but then they also kind of decided by saying, oh, we haven't sang you happy birthday yet, so we need to get more drinks, because a friend was like, I need one more drink if I'm gonna sing happy birthday. And they're like, oh shit, okay. And then I asked the manager if she is down to drink with us around, and she's like, well, I don't drink tequila because I want a tequila rosé, and we, but I didn't have it, and then the friend who knows a bit about alcohol, she was like, okay, well, can we get something like walnuts or, you know, like nut flavored? And she's like, yeah, look. And she was like, yeah, I'll join you guys, which good shit. And they also told the waiter who was serving us that it was my birthday, in hopes that they would come with like a cake or so, or that they would give us a discount or whatever, which I didn't do. But yeah, because that's how she knew it was also my birthday, because she heard the waitress say that. But then she disappeared for like 10 minutes, came back with like the craziest shit I've ever seen. It was vodka walnut flavored. I've never had that shit. And it was fancy. It tasted fancy. Like, I'm gonna be so for real. Like, and it tasted really good. And it wasn't like the typical vodka burn, right? But it was really smooth. So I'm sure that was expensive, but they gave it to us on the house. I don't know if it was because it was my birthday or because I asked the manager for, you know, because I had a good conversation with her, and she was like, yeah, you know, maybe it was her sign of, you know, showing goodwill. I don't know. I really don't know. I think it was beautiful. She gave us the round on the house, because then when I went to pay the bill, it was $3.20 still, even though I had just ordered a round of drinks, right? So thank you so much. I didn't realize that till I went out of the restaurant, but I was like, thank you so much for the conversation. It was really nice meeting you, type shit. She's like, yeah, happy birthday and all this, you know, really beautiful, really beautiful. Yeah, that was a great evening. And then we also goofed a bit around outside. The thing is, it was raining, so I don't care about the rain. Honestly, it was good. Low-key, it was good that it was raining the entire day. I like rain. So, yeah. But we walked home in the rain, and we walked two of the girls home, and then the three of us, like the girl who's leaving soon, very sad, and my Russian friend and me, we walked them home, the other two, and then walked back to the like the place where taxis usually are, but there was no taxi. We called a taxi, honestly waited for a good 15, 20 minutes. But we had really interesting conversations. First, it started off by, well, look, okay, first of all, the entire, even like the group that I selected for this dinner was really unique. Be- yeah, it was really special. Like my Russian friend from class who's 18, me who's turned 20. He's turning 19, I think, by the end of this year. But like he's born in the end of November, so he's almost 2008. You know what I mean? Like, and you can see that he's still like he's a, he's 18 and he is 18. As he's supposed to be. So I'm really glad for him in that sense because I've never felt my age. I've always felt more mature than my age, which is a blessing and a curse in its own sense. But it's really beautiful to see someone act their age. It's really good to see that life didn't have to make them grow up earlier, for example, right? So I'm glad for him in that sense. But yeah, he's a bit childish sometimes. Uh, and then my one American friend who's leaving soon, she is 34. Yeah, 34. And then the other two were 25 and 20 or 19, 20, 21. I don't know. Like around my age. So, yeah, but then the three of us, the 34-year-old, 18-year-old, 20-year-old were left, right? The 18-year-old goes and fucking drops a crazy statement. I don't even want to say it, not gonna lie. Like, but then we talked about, well, Epstein, and we talked about Hitler as well. So it was a crazy question. You can, like, just based on that, it's a crazy question. We talked a bunch about them, and I don't know, just crazy shit in general. I don't even remember what we talked about, but it started off in that way, and then it led to more much better conversations. I don't know. Like, it wasn't a bad conversation about those two, but like it's a crazy conversation topic, you know what I mean? Yeah. Went home in the taxi. Low key don't remember what we even talked about in the taxi. Like, genuinely. So I don't know. Then I came home, set up my watch that I got so that I could track my sleep, right? Fucking crazy. Uh, so insane for that. And yeah. And then I woke up, did replied to a few text messages because I also sent audios to all of the friends who came when I arrived home and was like, yo, thanks so much for coming. Thank you so much for being my friends, guys. Like, I sent them each individual, like tailored individually, right? But I did that and got the reply to, like, even while recording this, I got some replies, which I have not read, but I just seen the notification. So yeah, I'll reply to that now. And then what? It's 9:30. Gonna make probably pancakes for breakfast. I'm gonna be honest. In the evening, I've got Aikido with my uncle. And apart from that, probably gonna work on some assignments, right? Because obviously all of us were very drunk. I'm gonna be so free. Like, my Russian friend and me with our pre-drinking. Obviously, we were gonna, we were drunk, and the girls got drunk like really fast. That was kind of crazy. So that's kind of funny. But it was really nice. Honestly, it was really nice, and yeah, yeah. I'm really glad that I was able to have such a good birthday. Honestly, like, I'm glad that one, I organized all of this, right? I'm glad I did. Two, I'm glad that I was able to give my friends such a nice evening. Three, I'm glad that I was able to have such a nice evening. Four, I'm glad I got to make my friends happy with the food because everyone enjoyed their food. And because it was really good, it was really expensive, right? um, I'm glad I got to try lobster, honestly. That was really unique. It was very good. Now, I won't usually go to a restaurant. I'll usually order, like, not a lobster, right? I'll order cheaper stuff. But I thought, you know what? why not? And I was already drunk when I made that decision, and I was easily persuaded by my friends. So yeah, but so it was honestly a really, really good day, really good dinner, especially like the dinner. Oh my god, the worst part I didn't even say. Fuck, they drank the last shot with we drank the last shot with the manager, right? And then the manager left, was like, "Thank you guys so much," and I'm like, "Thank you as well for joining us." And then they started singing "Happy Birthday," and in the background, uh, all the workers and the manager herself started singing as well. And I'm like, my friends start singing "Happy Birthday." I'm like, oh my god! Especially because we were also the only ones still there because they were closing up, and I'm like, oh my god, guys! And then I see in the background the manager clapping and singing as well, and I fucking lose it. I'm like, no, not you as well. Oh my god, I had to sit through that unskippable cutscene, right? Sit through that shit and just be like, oh my god. Like the fact that the manager sang as well, that's kind of crazy. We had a good conversation though. That was nice. Yeah, that's what's up. And I'm glad to have also gotten that conversation. Honestly, that was really nice. I love talking to strangers. I honestly, during that dinner, I was like, oh shit, I'm like, I've got the feeling of wanting to talk to a stranger again. But we were sitting at a table, restaurant. You don't really have a chance to talk to strangers. But then the one chance I did have you know, the one time I did have a chance to talk to a stranger, I instantly did. That's kind of crazy. I'm such a social guy, bro. Yeah. Um. What the fuck? What is this? Bruise? I don't know. But sorry, guys. Anyways, bro, my hair be getting like real long. If you look at, oh shit. Wait. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can, but it's like really long. I don't know. Anyways, so that was a great day. That was the best day I've had. Yeah, that was that low key. Anyways, and oh my god, like an idiot, bro. I said that shit out loud. I'm like, guys, thank you so much for coming today. While we were sitting at the table, I was like, thanks so much for coming. Like, this is honestly the best birthday I've ever had. Because, like, usually I spend my birthdays alone. Everyone went silent. And I was like, but everyone went silent. I'm like, but guys, you shouldn't look at the bad. You should look at the positive side. Like, now it's changed this year, So yeah. Oh shit. I said that shit out loud like an idiot. Anyways, it was a great night. Honestly, it was. And everyone also texted me saying they enjoyed themselves. Thanks for having me. Thanks for the dinner and type shit. And I'm like, thank you guys. You know what I mean? So, yeah, really glad to have done this. I'm really, really glad. And honestly, if my aunt hadn't gifted me money for my birthday, like, I probably would have like the £100 left that I have from after paying for the birthday dinner. I would have had that for the rest of the month at least for food. So I probably would have been starving for quite a bit. So I'm glad my aunt gave me a bit of money. I'm really glad for that. Otherwise, I would genuinely not be eating a lot soon. Yeah, that would have been so funny, but it was so worth it. Like, honestly, bro, honestly, the reason why I want to make a lot of money is not for myself. Honestly, I don't care. I think I said this pretty recently also. I don't know if it was on video journaling or just to one of my friends, but I don't fucking care about money. All I want is a good apartment. Like, I don't like the fact that I live currently in a one room, like, I live in a studio apartment. I don't like it. I want to have a nice apartment with a good sized bedroom with a good sized kitchen, not this. Bro, look at this. This is the size of the kitchen. It's like so small you can't even do anything. Especially with the corner wall, bro. It's right where the stove is. So it's like, bro. So I want a good sized kitchen, good sized bedroom, good sized bathroom, shower also because the current shower, bro. Oh my god, and I like the overhead showers. You know what I mean? They're so cool like when it drips down from the ceiling. Phew, type shit. But anyways, so I want those things. Living room, honestly, I don't really care. It would be good, I guess, and also to have a room separate for work. Like that's what I want in terms of my apartment, which is obviously gonna cost quite a bit per month, right? Or to own costs quite a bit. But other than that, the only thing I want is good food, like being able to buy the food that I want, the like healthy ingredients, right? So, oh no, it's just darker hair. My bad. I thought there was something in my. So, I want a good apartment. I want good food, and I want to be able to do sports. That's it. It's probably gonna amount to less than 5K a month. Probably, probably low key less than 4K a month, right? Yeah. Like what 5K am I tripping? Because I saw some good apartments here and they were like 1.7 ish K per month, right? Plus food, let's say, to be able to buy, especially because I'm a big eater usually. If I live alone, I guess in that sense, it would be like also 600 ish pounds per month, maybe, no, 600 is a lot. Maybe like 400 to, yeah, I guess 400 to 500, yeah, let's say 400 pounds, honestly. Well, with the prices rising, you never know. So 4 to 500 pounds a month, right? So we're at 2.2K roughly, let's say, right? And that's to live here in Gibraltar, which I don't know if I do, probably, maybe, who knows? I don't know. So that, and then sports, which is like what, 40, 50 pounds a month. And that's it. So realistically speaking, just to keep me happy like that, like genuinely happy, I'll need 2.5K, let's say, per month to live off of. That's all. That's it. So, but I want to make more money. I want to make more money than that. Why? Not because I'm fucking materialistic. One, I want to be able to buy myself stuff when I need stuff, like, for example, if I go to a doctor, bro, I've got the medical insurance here. Fucking shit. I went to the doctor. He told me, you're good. 5 hours later, I threw up violently 6 times. Went to a private doctor. My uncle paid for it because it was 70 pounds to just see him. And he gave me prescriptions. He gave me all these things. And it's like actually telling me, yeah, this is, he's not saying, he's not just looking at me, doing a bit of feeling, and then being like, oh, you're good. No, he actually fucking did his job because he gets paid. Good. It's as simple as that. And without my uncle paying for that, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would be in so much worse shape right now if it wasn't for that. Like, bro, I might have still felt the same amount of sickness. So, bro, not cool from that dog. From the free dog, right? So I want money to be able to buy stuff like that, but also clothes or like a perfume. If I ever want something like that, I just want to be able to buy what I want, but I don't want a lot of materialistic things. Like I want, there's the most expensive thing that I would want is like a notebook or a MacBook, just to be able to have something that's like really smooth, very clean, that I can just take anywhere to work. That's what I want. Or the only other useless thing I want is a good watch and a nice clothes. like suit, like not necessarily nice in terms of expensive, but just clothes that fit me, clothes that I want to wear. You know what I mean? Um, like, and that's honestly it. Like, but those are add-ons, right? I'll be happy with just a good apartment, good food, and sports. Like genuinely. So I don't need a lot of money. And then obviously, once I got a partner, I want to be able to provide them for anything, especially because, in my opinion, women want expensive things, right? Most women are quite materialistic, and that's fine. You know, many people nowadays are materialistic, very materialistic. I don't care about that. I've never been materialistic. I appreciate like what I care about much more than having a bunch of supercars and whatever. Fuck that. Like I wanna, you know, I value human relations. Like I want to have good connections. I wanna be able to provide for my connections in any way. You know, like if for example, I don't know, my girl would ever be like, oh, I want this, I'd be like, okay, get it. That's always how I do shit. That's how I wanna do shit. Because that's the way, bro. Genuinely, when bro, when my friend, when she saw me one time wearing like some clothes, right? That I usually wear for the gym, but I wore them once because it's a matching set, right? Wait, I've got them somewhere actually. Oh shit, they're hanging there. They're hanging over here. And I wore them once, not to the gym, but like I wore them at home. And she's like, "Oh my god, those clothes look really nice. Like they look really comfortable." I'm like, "Do you like them?" She said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, I'll be right back." Went, fucking changed, gifted her a set. That was the only set I had. Honestly, I asked my mom to give me two more of those sets. They were from Russia, so I had to wait like a couple of months to get another batch of these, right? But that was also my favorite piece of clothing. And that was my favorite piece of clothing as someone non-materialistic. I just gave that shit away because she said she liked it, bro. That's the way. I love doing that shit. You know what I mean? Like genuinely. And the fact that I was able to yesterday literally be like, guys, order anything you want off of the menu, bro. That's the type of feeling that I love. Being able to genuinely just bring happiness upon other people just because, like, just being able to. Yo, I love that shit. I don't need to be materialistic. I know other people are, and I know how other people get happy. So I want to do that. It's as simple as that. That's why I want money, not because I need it. I don't. I just told you how much money I roughly need. Obviously, it will increase because prices just do increase. But like, I don't need a lot. Like, honestly, I'd be happy with making 10K a month, spending 2.5K on myself, and obviously investing it would be better, but I don't even mind spending the other 75% on other people that I care about, or just other people, honestly, not just people I care about. Like, yes, take care of my mom, take care of my friends, take care of a lover in the future. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. But do you know what I mean? I want to be able to provide for people, give them what they want. And also, I love the fact, like, making, strangers, right? The best way. I love it when I talk to strangers and I can also just, for example, like Kelly, right? Like the manager. Shit, I said her name. Sorry, gang. The manager, right? That I spoke to yesterday. I asked her if she wanted to join us for a round because I liked the conversation we had and I wanted her to join. I wanted to I offered her a round. And what ended up happening is she just gave us that for free on the house without even me knowing it at the time. You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't know. It's great. I love getting strangers food or coffee or I love just making people happy, bro. You know? So, yeah. Yeah. That's what's up. All right, that's enough yapping for now, bro. 1 hour long, crazy shit. Honestly, one last thing I'm gonna say is something I was really proud, really happy to hear was recently a friend, the one that I've been exchanging audios with, like really long ones, like 1 hour long, right? I sent him a 2 hour audio once, and because there was just a bunch going on, obviously, I was during the time where my body started reacting to the stress, right? And I just told him because I had to get that off somewhere and, trust him. He's a good guy, and that guess was correct. Like, he did prove that he's a good guy. 'Cause he also said, like, thank you so much for telling me, you know, I really appreciate that you're even able to share the shit with me and tell me like that you're doing shit and I care for you, and that was really sweet. I'm low-key tearing up over that. Um so because that type of a friend is really rare. It honestly is. So I'm glad to have reconnected with him, honestly. The craziest shit, we used to play video games together. I've never seen him in real life. But all of my friend groups, or all of my friends, I have their birthdays in my calendar. And so on his birthday, I was just like, yo, bro, happy birthday. Anything up in your life recently? And then we started exchanging audios. Really sweet. And and what I'm wanted to say is he said, like, he listened to the 2 hour audio, right? Like over, like it was like a podcast, right? Fuck that. But he listened to it not all at once, but like whenever he had like time. Whenever he had 5 minutes, he would listen to 5 minutes. Whenever he had half an hour, he would listen to for half an hour. And he told me like, bro, he listened to like the last half an hour of the audio, and he's like, bro, you speak so you tell stories so fucking well. Like that went down, that like butter. There's a German saying, right? Like you spoke so well. It felt like he was getting drawn in, and it felt like it was like a flow state for him. He listens through that shit, and time passed. He got immersed in it, and I'm like, that's a good ass compliment to give, because like, damn, storytelling is super important. You know what I mean? Especially like, bro, I don't know. It was just a good compliment. Appreciate it. That honestly low-key made my day. And especially, bro, I answered to his 1 hour audio with another 1 hour audio, and I did that shit on my birthday while I was running errands, as I said, right? That's kind of crazy. He took like 3 weeks to reply, which is expected. Well, fucking crazy guy listens to that long of an audio so fast. I just had time, I guess. While I was running errands. So cool. That was honestly really cool. Whoa, bro, I have video journal for 1 hour. I wanted to do this for like 20 minutes max. Fuck that. It's okay. I got everything off my chest now, I guess. But yeah, turned 20, and it's good. That was a good start into this year, into this chapter of my life. And also, it's very strange. Like, yesterday I felt very strange in the sense that, I'm 20. It's like I don't have a one in front of my age anymore. Now, I believe it's nonsense that, people are like, oh my God, I'm 1 year older. I'm like so much more, like the fact that people go like, I'm 18, I can make my own decisions now. I'm an adult. Fuck it, bro. If you couldn't make a decision a day before on your own, then you also can't the next day. Like, that's not how it works. Fuck that. But yesterday I felt really strange. Like, in the sense that it felt like a new chapter of my life is starting. And it felt like it was such a unique, it was my first time feeling something like this. It was like, maybe it felt like life starting to get serious in a sense. I don't know if that's how I could describe it, but like, I don't know. I honestly don't know how to describe it. It's such a strange, unique feeling. My bad, gang. It's a shame that I cannot describe it well, but yeah, but it was good. It was a good day. Look, I'm obviously in a good mood. I've been in a good mood ever since. It's beautiful. It's very beautiful too. I've made such friends. I've been able to. Oh, yeah. To have made such good connections. To have made their day with that dinner. To have. It's just a blessing. I'm really grateful for all of that, man. So, oh, and also yesterday I applied to the internship, remote paid internship, which looks really like based on all the description and responsibilities. I'm like, this is low key above me. I feel like they said they want a really driven and really learning oriented, growth oriented person, but then which I am, but then they said like a few things, and I'm like, well, I will be able to do them for sure. I just don't know the quality of how well it will be at the start, right? Because I know I can learn anything, like genuinely anything you set your mind to you can achieve. There's nothing that stops you, okay? From anything, no matter at what point of life you are, no matter what age, what your current situation is, no matter how fucked you are, no matter where in life you are, you can always do what you set your mind to. Because that's like, if you set your mind to achieve something, your brain will find a way. Like, yes, it might take a long time, potentially. Maybe you're so fucked. You need to first undo all of the damage, recover from it, so that you're at a starting point, and from there you work your way up towards your goal, right? First you gotta get to the baseline of that's even a possibility, right? If you're so fucked, maybe. Who knows? It's not a good thing to compare yourself to other people. It never is. Like, bro, we're so different. Everyone lives their own lives, has their own experiences, bro. Everyone starts differently. You cannot compare yourself to other people. You shouldn't. You can, obviously, but you shouldn't. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, what was I saying? I don't remember. But, yeah. I really don't remember. Damn, I fucking have Alzheimer or something. Bro, also yesterday, 4 fucking friends told me I was schizophrenic. Should I be concerned? Like, to one guy, I described how I video journal and also a bit more, and I was like, yeah, like, you know. And he's like, bro, like, journaling is normal, but the way you described it, low-key sounds schizophrenic. He said, I'm like, what the fuck? Then another friend, I don't remember what he said. I don't know what it was about, but he also said, my Russian friend, he also said, you're schizophrenic, bro. I'm like, what the, like, he's like, sometimes you look, he's schizophrenic. And then the friend who gifted me the drawing, she also, and the watch, and she also, like, she'd been day one of saying I might be schizophrenic. Like, ever since I've known her, basically. I'm like, what the fuck, guys? I'm not schizophrenic. Low key, it feels like they're gaslighting me into believing that I am, which is kind of fucked up. If I were to be schizophrenic, yo, I think that would shatter my entire reality. Like, I'm gonna be so honest. That would probably, like, if I imagine I was schizophrenic. No, but I can't be because that's so ridiculous. I would know if I was schizophrenic. But why is it that 4 people tell me I am within one day? 4 different people. Some of them have never interacted before. And I don't remember who the 4th one was, actually. Or maybe it was myself. Or maybe it was imagined. Maybe it's No. Like, there is no doubt in my mind that I'm not schizophrenic. You know what I mean? But it would be so funny if I was. It wouldn't be funny at all, but it would be so fucked. It would fuck with me so much that I couldn't do anything but laugh about it. Bro, imagine if I was fucking schizophrenic. I, it's so, no, it's such a ridiculous thought. I cannot believe it. I do not want to believe it. I genuinely don't. Is there levels to schizophrenia? Like, is there like mild schizophrenia, medium, and then a hard, like full on schizophrenic? Is there levels to that shit? Whoa. Hey, one really concerning thing I do have to say. Recently I've been imagining sounds. Like, a couple of times I've imagined my phone ringing in dead silence. Or my phone, well, vibrating, but I think that's normal, right? Sometimes you feel like your phone vibrated. I think that's normal. But their ringtone, I don't get calls that often. So the fact that that I think I hear my phone ringing, even though it would vibrate, and I don't feel no vibration, right, from my phone, or I don't hear it, depending on if it's on the table or in my pocket, right? I don't hear it. It's just the sound of the ringtone. And then I look at my phone and I'm like, oh, odd, it should also vibrate. And then there's nothing, no missed call, no nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's the only little bit concerning thing I do have to say. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah. Anyways, enough yapping. I'm really genuinely hungry. I don't know if I'll make pancakes, to be honest, because that will take like an hour. Plus the waiting time. Oh no. Or I might make them and just eat bananas, because monkey never crumb. Type shit. Bro, this was such a good video journaling episode. Bro, fuck it. Yeah. Good shit. That was really good. I don't care how many people watch this. It's good that I had a fucking really good video journaling episode. Like, it feels great to have said all of this. Cool. I'm happy. Damn, I'm happy. Damn, what a fucking dichotomy am I? 2 days ago I was, not in my best state. No, all it took was one good day, and we up again. Okay, I'm actually really hungry. I'm gonna go. Goodbye.